My babysitter's secret almost cost me my child. I discovered that Sarah, our trusted babysitter of 2 years, had been hiding something from us, and I was ready to fire her until I learned the truth. I found the evidence by accident. While looking for my son Jake's homework in his backpack, I discovered a notebook filled with what looked like coded messages, strange symbols, numbers, and drawings that made no sense to me. The pages were covered with things like triangles next to the letter A, circles around certain words, and weird diagrams that looked like some kind of secret language. There were also notes in Sarah's handwriting saying things like, "Remember the pattern and use the visual cue." When I confronted Sarah about it, she went pale and started stammering. "I can explain," she said nervously. "It's not what you think," but she wouldn't tell me what it was. She just kept saying she needed to talk to Jake first, which made me even more suspicious. What kind of secret did a babysitter need to discuss with my 8-year-old before his own mother? I spent the weekend convinced that Sarah was involved in something dangerous. My mind raced with horrible possibilities. Was she teaching my son gang signs? Some kind of cult activity? Drug codes? I called my sister and my best friend, both convinced I'd been naive to trust a 19-year-old college student with my child. I barely slept, planning to fire her Monday morning and maybe even call the police. I rehearsed the conversation in my head, wondering how I'd explain to Jake that his favorite babysitter was gone. Sunday night, Jake had a complete meltdown over homework. He was crying and hitting himself, saying he was too stupid and couldn't understand anything. The words on his reading assignment seemed to frustrate him beyond reason. I'd never seen him so angry at himself. That's when Sarah arrived early for her Monday shift. She saw Jake crying and immediately sat down with him in the mysterious notebook. "Remember what we practiced," she said gently. "When the letters get jumbled, we use our special code." I watched in amazement as Jake calmed down and started working through his reading assignment using the symbols from the notebook. He was reading fluently, something I hadn't seen him do in months without getting frustrated. "Jake has dyslexia," Sarah explained quietly while he worked. "I recognize the signs because my little brother has it too. I've been teaching him coping strategies and a symbol system to help him decode words." My heart sank with guilt. "Why didn't you tell me?" "Jake was scared you'd think he was stupid. He made me promise not to tell until he felt ready. We were working up to it, building his confidence first." I realized that Jake's recent improvement in school, which I'd attributed to maturity, was actually due to Sarah's patient, secret tutoring sessions. She'd been staying late after babysitting to help him with homework, never charging extra. "I was going to fire you," I admitted. "I thought you were teaching him something dangerous." Jake looked up from his work, his eyes wide. "Mom, Sarah's the reason I don't hate reading anymore. She taught me that my brain just works differently, not wrong." Sarah pulled out another notebook showing weeks of progress notes, research about dyslexia, and creative teaching methods she'd developed specifically for Jake. She'd been documenting everything to eventually present to me with a plan for getting him professionally tested. "I was waiting until he felt confident enough to tell you himself," she said. "He's been practicing a presentation for you about how his brain works. The secret I thought was threatening my child was actually saving his academic future and self-esteem." We got Jake officially tested the next week. The results confirmed severe dyslexia, but also showed he was gifted in mathematical reasoning. Sarah's early intervention had prevented years of academic struggle and damaged self-worth. Sometimes the most dangerous thing isn't what we discover, but what we assume without asking questions first.